a fantastic Tuesday it has been for anyone who loves their politics. From Bengaluru to Delhi, so much has happened that first it's important to sit down and unpack it all for you, the viewer. First of all, it seems that now the battle is one where India is pitted against the NDA. And I mean India as in INDIA, an acronym for Indian National Democratic Inclusive Alliance. That is the new name likely for the new anti-BJP alliance. So while the NDA has 38 parties under one roof, India has 26 in its tent. The opposition naturally is gung-ho about this India, the Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. Initially, the RJD had tweeted it had called the Democratic Inclusive Alliance. It has now finally been announced as the Developmental Inclusive Alliance. They're saying it is the beginning of a new dawn and a Maha-Abhiyan against the destruction of democracy by the BJP RSS. Now, the next step is that an 11-member coordination committee will be set up to coordinate the affairs of India. The members of this committee, though, will be decided in the next meeting, which will happen in Mumbai. The dates for that are still to be announced. Interestingly, all alliance partners then put out the name in tandem, saying that Team NDA will be unable to take on Team India come 2024. Abhishek Manu Singhvi went so far as to say that now every time there will be chants of Modi, Modi, it will be countered with slogans of India, India.
And 2024 election, we will fight unitedly and will come out with great success. Therefore, once again, I thank all leaders, those who are sitting here, this Indian National Development Inclusive Alliance. Once again, I will repeat, Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. This is the name we have given. There is a lot of meaning in this.
And we realize the fight is not between two political formations. The fight is a fight to defend the idea of India. And that is why we came up with the name Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance, which also happens to stand for India. You can look in our history and you will see that nobody has been able to fight the idea of India. So I don't need to go into who is going to win this fight. This is a fight between the idea of India and the idea of the BJP. This is a fight between India and the BJP. It is a fight between India and Mr. Narendra Modi.
हम लोगों ने आज सब मिलके एक रियल चैलेंज लिया है. डिटेल्स खड़गे जी ने आपको फुल फ्लेजेड नाम बताया, लेकिन इसका शॉर्ट फॉर्म में होता है इंडिया. लेट अस चैलेंज इंडिया. एनडीए, कैन यू चैलेंज इंडिया? भाजपा, कैन यू चैलेंज इंडिया? The other people, can you challenge India? We love our motherland. We are the patriotic people of this country. We are for youth.
But even as the opposition huddled in Bengaluru and Delhi, the Prime Minister launched an unsparing attack on the coalition. While he reiterated charges of dynasty and corruption, today he said that their very substance was different from their pretenses. Label alag hai, पर माल अलग है. Listen in.
ये लोग गा कुछ और रहे हैं, हाल कुछ और है. इन्होंने लेबल कुछ और लगाया हुआ है, माल कुछ और है. इन परिवारवादियों का मंत्र है ऑफ द फैमिली, बाय द फैमिली, फॉर द फैमिली. फैमिली फर्स्ट, नेशन नथिंग. इनके लिए मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा, नफरत है, नफरत है, घोटाले हैं. नफरत है, घोटाले हैं, तुष्टीकरण है, मन काले हैं. देशवासी यही बोल उठता है, लाखों करोड़ों रुपए का भ्रष्टाचार। इसलिए देश की जनता कह रही है कि ये तो कट्टर भ्रष्टाचारी सम्मेलन हो रहा है।
The big questions then are, will the change labels also change the fortunes of the anti-BJP alliance? They could actually manage to achieve coherence on a joint statement and a name already. In their second meeting, could they now actually forge a unified front to contest against the BJP unitedly? And finally, will Mr. Modi still remain the game changer up against the name changers? Joining us on the debate, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Mr. R. Rajgopalan, Senior Journalist, Dr. Ajay Kumar Pandey, National General Secretary and Spokesperson of the LJP, a new entrant into the NDA, Karthik Reddy, Spokesperson of the BRS, who is neither in Team India nor in Team NDA so far. Bishwajit Deb, spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress and senior advocate, Rohan Mitra, political analyst, Sanjay Jha, author, Vinod Agnihotri, senior journalist. You'll be wondering why so many guests, because there are multiple perspectives that we have to really break down today, because very politics heavy across cities. So let me bring in Sanjay Jha and Sanju Verma first. Sanjay Jha, label कुछ है, माल कुछ और ही है, आगे कुछ है, पीछे कुछ और ही है. अब लेबल तो चेंज हो गया, माल भी चेंज होगा.
You know, Padmaja, I hear the Prime Minister and I hang my head in shame. For him, ideology is mal. Look at the language, look at the pathetic, pedestrian, puerile language being used by Narendra Modi. Just because he's the Prime Minister and he gets to speak on his teleprompter doesn't give him the right to mock an ideology of secularism, which he did when he was traveling abroad. The secularism, inclusiveness of India, the idea of India as everybody talked about. See, the BJP...
Just to give the context though, that was an Avadhi Kavita that he was quoting verbatim.
Okay,
but anyway, go on.
Yeah. So Padmaja, my larger point, 2024 is going to be a battle for the India that the founding fathers of this country really talked about, which includes Baba Saheb Ambedkar, Gandhi ji, Pandit Nehru, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. I mean, they were leaders who contributed to India's freedom struggle. And then you have the party of Mr. Narendra Modi, which in the last 10 years has divided our country, has destroyed what India stands for. Our values, our constitution, our democracy, our secularism has become a joke under this government. The Prime Minister looks rattled, and I was finding it hilarious that he's talking about corruption when he's the man who's got to defend Gautam Adani today. This is, I would call the BJP as for Adani, by Adani, for Adani.
Okay.
And this is a party that stands for one family, which is the RSS.
If you could just stick to the topic at present instead of going all over the place, simple question that I asked, has the label changing now going to change the nature of this entire alliance? You think that's going to happen? Because Sanju Verma, all this while, you were saying, oh, there are too many contradictions. See, on second meeting itself, they have managed to have a joint statement. They have managed to have a joint name also. तो अब ये नहीं है कि गावत कुछ है और हाल कुछ है. अब वो एक ही चीज गा रहे हैं सब मिल करके, एक ही सुर में.
And a new
Padmaja, now I need
Yes.
my time, please.
Go on.
First and foremost, I will not allow Sanjay Jha on your show, Padmaja, to speak utter gibberish against the Prime Minister and get away with it. You hang your head in shame. I also hang my head in shame. I hang my head in shame that a man like you who's suspended by your own party comes every day on national television and speaks rubbish against the Prime Minister. Now let me come to the moot point. No, Padmaja, he spoke a lot of stuff. You did not interject him even once. You did not interject Sanjay Jha even once.
Okay, fine. Let's come to the point. Go on.
So can you stop interrupting me? I barely started and you started interjecting me. Then you tell that you don't want BJP on your panel. I'm glad to leave the show. I need my time. I did not heckle anybody. Now, the most important point. And I will come to your question, but let me just settle scores with this suspended guy and tell him, you tweeted in 2014, Modi jeetega kabhi nahi. Modi ki haar nishchit hai. In 2019, you said Modi is going to lose by a huge margin. Today, Sanjay Jha, you have a nice, fat, wobbly omelette on your face. Go and lick your wounds. Now I will come to Padmaja Joshi's questions. And I will answer you in the language that you understand. Chaukidar chor hai is what Rahul Gandhi said about Prime Minister Modi. Did you condemn Rahul Gandhi's language then? He had to be castigated by the Supreme Court and he still kept saying Chaukidar chor hai. So just shut up. Now.
Okay, let's come to the point, please. Let's not attack individuals. The question is very simple, that today they have managed to get coherence on their name and on their agenda, on their statement.
Yes.
How can you say that they are a disparate coalition, or as the Prime Minister put it, Gawat kuch hai, Hal kuch hai. Now they are all singing the same tune.
Prime Minister Modi ने जो बोला कि इनका हाल कुछ है, इनका लेबल कुछ है और माल कुछ है, and what JP Nadda said yesterday, कहीं की ईट कहीं का रोड़ा, भानुमती ने कुनबा जोड़ा. And I'll tell you why this is a disparate faction, Padmaja. ना इनके पास नीति है, ना नियत है, ना नेता है, ना निर्णय लेने की शक्ति है. I want to ask you one thing. Congress has openly made its ambition very clear that Rahul Gandhi is the prime ministerial face. And we all know very well that अच्छे alliance, you know, ये तब टूटते हैं when it comes to who will occupy the hot seat, though that is, you know, stretching your imagination too far. But I want to tell you a couple of things. The reliability factor, I think the R factor, as I call it, is very important. Be it the HD Devegowda government, be it the Inder Kumar Gujral government, be it the Chandrasekhar government, even the fact that VP Singh had a fallout with Rajiv Gandhi. I want to ask you, has Congress ever stood by any of its allies? It has been the weak link and has pulled down every single non-Congress government by and large in the past 70 to 75 odd years. The reliability factor of Congress among its own allies is a big zero. ये दिखावा करने में तो बहुत उस्ताद है कि भाई we are all rubbing shoulders with each other.
Okay.
But I tell you, this alliance will not last. And just my last point. I remember pre-poll alliance was stitched, Padmaja, between Samajwadi Party and BSP prior to 2019. And Samajwadi Party got that time 5 seats in Lok Sabha, BSP got 10 seats. Come 2022 assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh, Akhilesh Yadav and Mayawati decided to part ways because Mayawati had upstaged Akhilesh in Lok Sabha 2019 from Uttar Pradesh. That is the reality of non-Congress alliance partners.
All right, so दिखावा है Vinod Agnihotri ji, because it is not going to last. The R factor, reliability, is not there.
In fact, reliability is a very subjective issue. You see, if you count the years from 1977 to 1998, 96, all prime ministers, non-BJP, non-Congress prime ministers, the total tenure is hardly 6.5 years. Coalition government is always successful when it is led by larger party, either from BJP or from Congress. Whether it was NDA led by Atalji or UPA led by Congress party. So this is the reality. Reliability, I agree with Sanju. Congress has withdrawn the support from Chandrasekhar government, from Devegowda government, from Gujarat government. But similarly, BJP has also withdrawn the support from the VP Singh government. And thrice BJP withdrew the support from Mayawati.
But you're supporting her point that there will be no stability, there will be no reliability.
I am not supporting her point. I am just narrating the facts. When largest party lead the coalition, that coalition will be stable. And when any leader from smaller party, if lead the coalition will have then the coalition will not last long. This is the reality. So that's why if Congress lead the coalition, what happened after in 2024, I don't know. Imagine if there is a hung parliament or opposition gets the number and a coalition led by the Congress, then there is a more reliability. And if that coalition is led by any smaller party, then reliability factor is very
But
little.
already Mr. Kharge today has said that the Congress does not hunger after the Prime Minister's post. So in a way, उन्होंने छोड़ ही दिया ना अपना post.
Political statements. These are the political statements.
Yes, sir, political statement. So you are pretty certain that Rahul Gandhi is going to be
No,
pretty much de
I'm not
facto
saying
face.
Rahul Gandhi. It may be Kharge ji also.
Kharge ji is going to be PM instead of Rahul Gandhi.
Why not? Manmohan Singh became PM. Not,
Fair enough. Mr. Gandhi is not a member of parliament. If he gets
his case still is disqualified.
Yeah, and 8 years, then he cannot be in politics. So Mr. Kharge could
unless
be like the next
he
Dr.
get the relief
Manmohan
from
Singh.
Supreme Court.
No, Padmaja, Kharge at 84, what can he do? Leave alone that point. Let anyone can become the Prime Minister. 24 is going to be easy for Mr. Narendra Modi. Cakewalk for Mr. Narendra Modi.
How are you
because,
saying this?
Because this old wine in new bottle. आप South India में जाएगा, आटा तो same है. मसाला डोसा एक, उत्तपम एक, इडली डोसा एक, लेकिन आटा सेम. नेम बदलते जाओ, इंडिया बदलते जाओ, एनडीए बदलते जाओ, जो भी बदलते जाओ, लेकिन all of them are bail seekers. Today in Bengaluru, those who have seen in the panel, all of them got bail. And yesterday there was a killing in 54 persons were killed in West Bengal. There was no statement by the joint statement. There was no reference about that. And still they are having West Bengal Congress unit. Tomorrow what Ajay Makan is going to say, Sandeep Dixit is going to say, Pratap Singh Bajwa is going to say, wait and watch. This is going to be the big drama apart from that. Now what Vinod said was, 356 was used by Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, everyone for 100 times. None, Mr. Narendra Modi or Vajpayee did 356. That is how the democracy functions.
But sir, that all of that is history.
Coming to the point, all to the history. Coming to the point, today Bengaluru meeting is a flop show. It did not take off well because there are contradictions, controversies. For example, Tamil Nadu is facing immense water crisis. Meghdadu, they are going to bring a dam. What is the statement of M.K. Stalin? There is an agitation in Tamil Nadu.
But here's the thing. In the meeting today, Mr. Kharge started by saying, yes, we have differences, but we are going to iron it out.
Assembly. If you are having a contradiction, are you going to do an NGO?
Okay.
He is not going to be...
I'm going to quickly get in the TMC and BRS, but quick rebuttal.
One line I would like to add, as Mr. Gopalan said, the masala dosa and paneer dosa. In North India, khichdi is very popular dish.
Gujarat
Sir, please. Let me speak. Sir, I didn't interfere you. खिचड़ी इज वेरी पॉपुलर. और जब हाजमा खराब होता है ना तो खिचड़ी सूट करती है. इस वक्त हाजमा खराब है अपोजिशन के हिसाब से, बिकॉज व्हाट अपोजिशन इज सेइंग दैट द कंट्री इज नॉट इन गुड शेप. तो व्हेन दैट खिचड़ी इज सुटेबल,
बदलने में कंट्री ठीक हो जाएगा.
अच्छा,
तो खिचड़ी
इंडिया बदलने में,
अभी नहीं,
इंडिया बदलने में,
देश का हाजमा खराब है तो खिचड़ी की जरूरत है.
आपने डोसा कहा, मैंने खिचड़ी कहा.
Okay, let's bring in the TMC as well.
बना दो.
Old wine in new bottle, sir. Old wine in new bottle, and not everyone is ready to eat this khichdi. For example, Shumon Roy Chaudhary, Congress spokesperson in West Bengal, today morning tweeted saying, leaders of Indian National Congress, please look at Bengal. Mamata Banerjee's goons are chasing us. Will you still have dinner with her? The question has been asked to Rahul Gandhi. This is a congressman. Today, even as Sonia ji was sitting with Mamata Banerjee, their spokesperson was saying, goons of TMC are chasing us. This khichdi is going to give indigestion.
Our leader Mamata Banerjee has very clearly said that India is going to win. India is going to win. Our country is going to win, and BJP will lose. She has made it very clear. Now BJP BJP is banking upon that particular fact that the opposition unity will not remain. But this is a daydream. This is just a daydream. The opposition unity will remain and BJP will be defeated, because our fight is a fight against the atrocities of BJP. Our fight is against the atrocities committed on the Dalits, on the Adivasis, the high price rise, the price rise, continuous price rise, the demonetization which has completely ruined the economy. So each and every issue.
Mr. Deb, you're talking about atrocities, but like I just quoted to you, a congressman is saying goons of TMC are chasing us. A congressman in Bengal is saying goons of TMC are chasing us, Sonia ji.
What a congressman is saying, that particular congressman should realize that at least 50,000 Congress workers were killed during the time of left regime And this Congress in Bengal had held the hands of CPIM, so that they should not forget.
And Mamta Didi has held the hands of Sitaram Yechuri today in Bengaluru.
In Bengal. Whatever has happened in Bengal, it is due to the opposition. It is due to BJP. Whatever has happened in Bengal, BJP better look into what has happened in Manipur. Almost 200 people have been killed.
Okay.
And the Prime Minister did not care to visit Manipur. Even for once.
Okay, so Sanju Verma, hold on a second. Sanju Verma, essentially the message coming out is that the states will have problems. By the way, the West Bengal Congress is not the only one. Let me read out to you what is it that Leader of Opposition in Punjab, Pratap Singh Bajwa said. Pratap Singh Bajwa said, CM Punjab should immediately come back from Bangalore and call an all-party meeting, apprise about the flood situation and the steps being taken on relief measures. Compensation should be immediately distributed. Bhagwant Mann is sitting there with Arvind Kejriwal. Mamta Banerjee is sitting there with Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi. The states are cribbing. But the point is, their central leadership is telling them, we need to do this. So you will have to come along with us. That in itself should worry you. The party high command is very clear.
Padmaja, I look at it this way. Instead of being worried, I reinforce the fact that this is a disparate faction of people coming together. And I'll tell you why. As you rightly mentioned, on the one hand, you see Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Mamata Banerjee taking pot shots at each other every single day. And on the other hand, you see that the local leadership in Punjab, Bhagwant Mann and Charanjit Singh Channi, have no love lost between them. But Bhagwant Singh Mann, part of an alliance where Arvind Kejriwal and Rahul Gandhi are rubbing shoulders with each other. Not only that, Ajay Makan, Sandeep Dixit and the Delhi Pradesh Congress chief Anil Chaudhary is trolling Arvind Kejriwal every single day and says we have nothing to do with Aam Aadmi Party. But Kejriwal and Sonia Gandhi are ready to do a Jadoo Ki Jhappi. So basically this means that the national partners are not taking into account the cup of woes which their regional satraps are facing currently in their own dominions.
But somehow, sometimes that's what regional parties, that's what regional cadre have to do. For example, today the LJP is sitting with you. The LJP fought against you in the Bihar election. Chirag Paswan fought against the BJP in the assembly election. Today he is sitting in the NDA meeting. Now the BJP in Bihar will have to suck it up, right? Om Prakash Rajbhar.
Because Padmaja, you have to ask questions and allow time to answer. You cannot have the TMC answer and then you ask me questions.
No, I'm asking you a counter. Like you said, the Central Congress does not care about its state cadre. Similarly, the same applies to Om Prakash Rajbhar also vis-a-vis the NDA.
I will now, please let me answer. I heard you. What Mr. Agnihotri said is very important, and that is, the point I will make while responding to you. जब एक coalition होता है, be it BJP's 38 partners or this 26 people who have come together from different parties under the opposition, who is the fulcrum of the alliance? Who is the central fulcrum around which the other partners revolve? NDA के alliance में BJP है, जिसको 303 सीटें मिली थी पिछली बार. And in the opposition alliance, Congress is the largest party with 52 seats. I want to ask you, will Mamata Banerjee with 22 seats, or will Lalu Prasad Yadav with 0 seats, or Akhilesh Yadav with 3 seats, or National Conference with 2 seats, will these people have a say? Because Congress is ready to bulldoze. Whereas in the case of BJP, I think our track record has been far better in hand-holding our alliance partners.
Okay, Mr. Deb, respond. Fulcrum versus failure. Yes, Mr. Deb.
You don't have to worry. You don't have to worry about the opposition. The opposition is united. We are united, and we will give a united fight in 2024. Whether it is Congress, whether it is TMC, whether it is CPIM, whether it is AAP, we are all united. And BJP is trying to change the history. But from Patna, we have taken the endeavor to save history, and this is what today what you have seen in Bangalore is nothing else but history has been changed, and you will witness in 2024 that this particular government will be removed by the people of India, and India will win.
Okay,
since BJP will lose.
Since again you repeatedly said the BJP is changing history. The BJP is the one attacking democracy. I think we should play out what Shuman Roy Chaudhary said. And let me again remind you that he is a congressman. You have got all congressmen who is speaking out against Team India. Let's listen in very quickly to him. And then I'll come to you, Rohan Maitra.
TMC goons are chasing innocent Congress workers. It's symbolic. So if you have this mentality, how can I trust you? How can I sit in the same table and do a patch up for 2024? She is the lady who is solely responsible for marginalizing the Indian National Congress in West Bengal. So we should not sit with her in the same table.
Rohan Maitra. How can I trust you? Congressman is saying.
No. Let me just answer your questions first. First of all, we started this debate where the Prime Minister came up with a very personal attack on the.
You have come to 6%.
Can we just finish? Let me finish, Mr. Rajagopal. Let me finish.
Okay, let him finish. Yes.
2 days before this meeting, there was a meeting held in Mrs. Sonia Gandhi's house, where Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary was there. The discussions for Bangalore were discussed in the Congress Party parliamentary meeting, and Mr. Chaudhary was very well briefed what the discussions would be. And today, if you see the statements of the Congress President, Mr. Kharge, he had said that, we have differences with a lot of the parties who are there in the state level. There are issues which we have to, sort out. But we have come here because of a very different reason. We've come here to fight the BJP, which has completely changed the course of this country for the last 9 years. We are talking about institutions which are supposed to be autonomous, which have been taken over, which are being used against the opposition parties. False charges are being made, false accusations are being made. The governors, which are supposed to uphold the Constitution of India, are just, mere piggybacking on the BJP's political narrative. We have a Prime Minister who's attacking the Congress and the other parties on dynasty. We have a Chirag Paswan. We have Mr. Ajit Pawar, who, Mr. Praful Patel, who he labelled as corrupt, right next to him in the meeting with the NDA. The Prime Minister doesn't speak about Manipur even after 75 days.
Okay.
But he can label the Congress and the others.
All right. So you are saying that now the states have been told very clearly and they are on board. All of the party units are on board. But it's still quite amusing that you say that all of this is necessary to save democracy and the idea of the Constitution. I want to draw your attention to a picture that was tweeted today by the Shiv Sena UBT. The caption of this picture is very interesting. It has, a photo of Mr. Bal Thackeray meeting Indraji. Yeah, I think he is meeting Indraji there. Yes. And then there is Uddhav Thackeray in front of Sonia Gandhi. What is the caption of this picture? It says, the country's proud history and the country's bright future. Proud history versus bright future. Rohan Maitra, I'm sure you know better than I, and I think Mr. Agnihotri will tell us what exactly the thoughts of Bal Thackeray were vis-a-vis the Constitution and more specifically the Congress and Sonia Gandhi, in front of whom Uddhav Thackeray is doing Namaste and Shiv Sena is saying bright future. Vinodji.
Padmaja, what Mr. Bal Thackeray said and what you are saying, what did the Prime Minister say about Mr. Ajit Pawar and Mr. Praful Patel a couple of days back before they joined them?
Absolutely. You're talking about corruption. No. We should talk about it.
Sitting with them.
Because let me actually tell you, this is going beyond what you talk about corruption.
You sat with Ajit Pawar.
Here is what
yesterday you sat with the government.
Uncle. Ajit Pawar and he.
Till yesterday you were with Ajit Pawar, Sharad Pawar. Till yesterday you were with Sharad Pawar, Ajit Pawar, same Charan Bhujbal.
No, but if you're going to blame the other side, you must look at your side as well, sir.
In fact, sir, let me tell you also, while we are at it, by the way,
then why do you claim
by the way,
NGO organization. Today what happened in Bengaluru, they are not going to have political impact.
You know, if you're talking about the past and the future, it wasn't just the Congress and Sonia Gandhi that Bal Thackeray spoke about. He said that it would be eunuchs to bow in front of her, but more specifically he said that it is extremely dangerous for the Congress party to rule the country because they are the kind of people who will defend even Afzal Guru. He said it specifically about the Congress party, not just one individual. You wanted to...
Actually, Bal Thackeray had a very good relationship with Mrs. Gandhi. And he was the person who supported emergency, do you know? and
with Mrs. Indira Gandhi.
Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And in 1980, Congress in Maharashtra, there was alliance with the Shiv Sena and the Congress. This is the history. And there is a saying in the old politicians always, one of the old politicians told me that Shiv Sena was formed on the blessings of Mrs. Gandhi to counter Vasantdada Patil and Sharad Pawar.
But sir, that Congress is not the Congress that the Shiv Sena is now.
The relationship between Bal Thackeray and Mrs. Gandhi was very cordial. And if you see the statements of the Bal Thackeray, he was not critical of Mrs. Gandhi.
But the fallout happened when Sonia ji became
fallout happened to Sonia ji.
Yeah.
Now, history is again, the wheel of history is again going around.
So you are saying that the whole full circle has come.
Yeah, full circle has come.
And now Uddhav Thackeray and Sonia ji have the same relationship.
Same chemistry and same relationship.
Wow, we are making history. See, Team India is making history.
History.
Mr. Rajgopalan.
Yeah, it will be known in a week's
Repeating
time.
history, not making history.
History will be remade in
they are
1 week's
repeating
time.
history. The wheel is turning.
The wheel will be again go up. Down. It will be another 1 week later. You wait and see. Tomorrow, what Ajay Makkan and Pratap Singh Bajwa are going to say.
Gopalan is very hopeful.
Very hopeful.
Very hopeful that opposition unity will not work. But despite his all hopes,
Congress in the country, I say today, 24 states they don't have organization, including West Bengal.
Okay, by the way,
that they are going to power.
That is the problem of the
Congress.
By the way,
the Congress of Uddhav Thackeray.
That is why Congress is going for alliance.
Before that,
because they are weak in the organization. That is why they are
that tweet
going for alliance.
Shiva Sena is very apt today because Congress is ground zero and Congress has become zero.
Okay, everyone responding to you, Mr. Dev and Rohan Maitra both. Yes. Mr. Dev, yes.
Yeah, I mean,
what I am saying is, don't forget that it is already a BJP Mukt South India. In Himachal,
you made Congress Mukt in West Bengal.
Himachal,
only 6%.
BJP has lost.
Congress is
Don't
Mukt
worry.
in West Bengal.
Karnataka, you have lost. You will lose again in Madhya Pradesh. All these states
why did TMC admit?
you will lose. So
Congress MLA, why did you admit that?
Even in North India.
Okay, you know, since you're talking about Congress Mukt.
Congress Mukt Bharat in West Bengal.
Hold on a second, Mr. Rajgopalan, Mr. Dev, since you're talking about Congress Mukt, here is a very interesting story. Today, Bikram Majithia of the Akali Dal jumped in, and I want to go across to the BRS now. I want to go across to the BRS and Mr. Dr. Ajay Kumar Pandey. You know, I'll just tell you a very interesting story, and then I want to go across to the BRS, please. You know what Bikram Majithia today wrote? He wrote a letter to the Assembly Speaker of Punjab saying that now Punjab is Congress Mukt. Because Congress is technically in alliance with Aam Aadmi Party, so give the leader of opposition post to the Akali Dal. That's what the Akali Dal's takeaway is. But let me now bring in the BRS. Tell me this, Karthik Reddy, are you anti-India? Because technically today, anyone who is not in the NDA or in INDIA is being called anti-India. Which label will you take, anti-NDA or anti-India?
We are Indian, Padmaja ji. We are neither in the alliance of NDA or the alliance of India. I can hear myself. Can you correct it?
Yeah. Give me just 5 seconds. Please go on.
Today has been a day of acronym today. Today has been the day of acronyms. Whoever has taken up this name called India, full marks to those people who have taken this decision sitting in Bengaluru. Before we decide who's going to take calls and shots in that alliance, I'll also tell you a story what happened just now in that alliance in Bengaluru. The Congress cadre now wants to credit Rahul Gandhi with the name India, whereas the TMC cadre is already crediting the name of India given to Mamata Banerjee. Now somebody else is telling us, no, it was the idea of Stalin. So before there are fighting elections, they are already fighting for the credit. Everything said and done. This is a story of desperation versus expiration, Padmajaji. On one side, you see the Congress-led alliance, which is desperate to come to power, which will align itself with anybody who has no ideology of theirs or who has a history of calling them corrupt. For example, Shiv Sena calls itself the Kattar Hindutvavadi, whereas Congress calls itself the Kattar Secular Party. There is Aam Aadmi Party in that alliance, which called Congress Party the most corrupt party in the country, and there is also Congress Party which has fought Aam Aadmi Party a few weeks back on the ground and in courts and where.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you. The Prime Minister addressing the NDA meeting.